Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Rantoinette. Good to see you. Please like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. The trade war is up at another level. Every time we turn around, there's a new development. Like every 37 minutes, there's a new fucking development. So Trump slaps China with tariffs and says, "Don't you dare do any retaliation." Of course they're going to do retaliation. You think China, the second biggest economy on the planet, is going to, turn tail and run? I mean, I don't know what goes through Donald Trump's head, but he certainly has a grandiose view of his place and America's place in our economic, in the economic world. God damn, he's going to either have a rude awakening or he's just going to take us all down with the ship. I mean, so he slaps them with tariffs and then tells them, I punched you in the face. Don't you dare punch me. So, of course, they punch back. And then Donald Trump raises the 80% tariff that was on China. Now he's raised it to 104. But wait, there's more. You get a fabulous set of steak knives. So China answers back with more tariffs. And Donald Trump's like, I'm going 125% tariff. 200% tariff. 5 million infinity tariff. It's infinity tariff. And I said infinity first, so I win. Either he is, according to him, he's using this as a trade negotiation tactic, which is backfiring on him immensely. He gave an interview where he said that, that all these leaders are coming to kiss his ass, and I'm negotiating with him so he can get his little taste. And if you're talking about smaller countries that don't really have, a whole lot of GDP in their country, any kind of movement with tariffs in regards to us is going to be a huge shock to their system. But China sells their wares everywhere. And I mean, where was this made? I think it was made in China. But where was this cup made? I think it was probably made in China. Where was this remote control made? I'm pretty sure it was made in China. So they have us over a barrel. We don't have China over a barrel. And to see him, use his mafia don attitude, I mean, you got to remember, he was trained by Roy Cohn, who was the lawyer for the original Teflon Don of the mafia. So he's using mafia tactics, thinking that they're going to succeed. And they, like I said, they probably will on some of these smaller countries. But with China, I think that they could probably bear this. They've probably been preparing for this for a while. I mean, it's not like Donald Trump wasn't talking about tariffs, on the run up to the election. Now, of course, he was telling his people that tariffs are not going to, they're not going to raise prices. I'm raising prices on them. It's a tax on that foreign country, which anybody with even 2% of brain power would be like, well, they're not going to swallow that cost. They're going to tack it on to the price of their good and sell it to us. So we're going to be covering that cost. I've noticed quite a few polls coming out lately, talking to normie people out there that don't really watch politics, asking them what they think about the tariffs. And I believe the number is like 15% think that tariffs is a good idea and 75% think it's an absolutely crazy idea. I mean, gee whiz. Like I said, it doesn't take a whole, it's not rocket surgery, folks. It's mathematics, and not even high-level math. This is some fucking arithmetic shit. So watching Donald Trump do this, trying to get world leaders to come and kiss his ring, is an exercise in his vanity. That's what all of this is. And since he's a stubborn old bastard, I don't know if he's going to change his mind. Now, like I said, I heard that he's going to give a 90-day reprieve to to these tariffs. I don't think that China is involved in that, but 90% for everybody else. So basically he's saying, well, if you came and kissed my ring, then it's only going to be 10%. So which is it, Don? Are we in, are we in economic straits? Are these tariffs absolutely necessary? Of course they're not absolutely necessary. The last time we did this, it made the Great Depression last for 10 fucking years. And it didn't just like when FDR came in and took office and he reversed that stuff, it took almost a decade for us to start pulling out of it. I don't think America is prepared for a new Great Depression. We're just not. And I see Republican Congress members are, of course, they have no spine, so they're not going to stand up to Donald Trump and say he probably should change his mind. But they have like this hangdog look. Well, the president's, maybe he should talk to some other people. I don't know if it's a really good idea. It's like, grow a spine, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ, man. Bankrupting our country, killing everyone's retirement, raising prices, and, taking away the social safety net. When are these guys going to get their act together and stand up to him? I guess that remains to be seen, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for a while.